morning, teacher and friends. First of all, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Silina Nae, third-year student of English program, Faculty of Humanities and Social Sciences. My topic is sleep disorder. I will start with the outline. For my outline, the first one is general information. Second one is type of sleep disorder. And the third one is causes and effects. The last one, case study. Let me start with importance of sleep. Sleep is an important role in the good health and improve the health through your life. If you know that how to do in the right way, you know that humans spend the time about 1/3 of the life to sleep. That means about 3,000 hours in a year. And statistics around the world to Thai people, because the suggestion of sleep is 7 to 9 hours for adults, so that there are no countries around the world can sleep to 8 hours. Because many people think that 7 hours that's enough. According to Dr. Bundayan, the Director General of Department of Mental Health Ministry, say that there are 40% of Thai people have sleep problems. And next slide, there are 4 common types of sleep disorder. The first one is insomnia. The people that have this symptom, they will have difficulty fall asleep at night. And the second one, sleep apnea. It occurs when you sleep at night, they will stop breathing or abnormal pattern of the breathing. And next one, restless leg syndrome. We can notice that people with this symptom, they will shake their leg or move their leg when they have to sitting for a long time to help relieve the uncomfortable sensation. And the last one, narcolepsy. Narcolepsy is the people cannot control excessive sleep during the day. They will feel tired and want to take a nap in the day. And I will focus on the insomnia because the higher percent of Thai people have this symptom. Let me start with the causes of insomnia. For the general causes, they are from stress, from work or their life, and the next one is some caffeine intake, such as coffee and alcohol. And the serious causes are shift work. The people have to work at night, like the nurse or the doctor. And the jet lag. It is people that have to travel across the time zone or they have to take a long flight from some country to another country. And next one is the effect. It can affect by safety, life, and health problem. For the safety, life, such as car accident, statistics from Journal of Psychology and Clinical, there are 80% of all car accidents cause from sleep disorder, and it can up to 25% in the future. And for the health problem, there are 83% from people with depression have experienced with insomnia before. That means it can lead to lack of sleep can lead to depression. And the last one, treatment. First step, you can self-help. You can help yourself, just as improve the daily habit, like limit intake of caffeine and do some exercise. and when you have to see the doctor, if the self-help doesn't work or cannot improve your symptom, you can go to see the doctor and the doctor will teach by symptomatic. And this is the table of sleep recommendation by American Academy of Sleep Medicine 2016. And I will focus on the age. Young adults 18 to 25 years, they need 7 to 9 hours a night. And the last one of my presentation is case studies. From the left side is a questionnaire. There are 9 items from Healthcare website, and the right side is sleep disorder test. There are 10 items from London Sleep Center website. Because Thai people are not serious about sleep problems and effects that occur with them. So I do the case study from my 10 classmates, age 20 to 22 years old, the age that easily to have a symptom of insomnia or sleep problem. From the result, after 10 students take an exam, from the questionnaire is skin color, the results show that no one doesn't have high level of sleep problem. And from the sleep disorder test, the blue one, there are 30% that students have a high level of sleep disorder. Conclude that 90% of test and 60% of questionnaire mean that people more than 50% have a symptom or sleep problem. After the interview and do the test, the cause that make them get sleep disorder is a cell phone. Before they have to go to sleep, they will use the cell phone for a long time, and the cell phone that make them cannot sleep. And the main cause is stress from their life, their study or teacher and friends. That is the big problem of their life. And the effect that come to them after they know that they get sleep problem is they don't have a concentration and attention in the class. And in the morning they wake up with a headache, and sometimes they feel tired and want to take a nap during the day. Their main cause are cell phone and stress, so they can help themselves or self-help, like notice the symptoms and keep sleep diary. They can manage their time to relax and get enough sleep to improve their health. Thank you for your attention.
So based on your topic, you just choose only insomnia to present, right? Because you say that you have a...
So for your topic, you choose only insomnia to present, right? Because thirdly, you say that it have several kinds of sleep disorder.
Yes.
Okay, you should mention that you pick up only one problem to discuss. Yes, because I'm ready to see another. So you should mention that. And I found some mistake like feel sleep or feel sleepy. It should be attitude, right? And for the questionnaire, you type by yourself?
No, it's from the website.
Because I thought that it's like try, but it's try is mean you feel less of energy. Should be T-I-R-E-D, not T-R-I-E-D.
Yes. For the sorry.
Yeah. And for the questionnaire, you should write Q-U-E-S-T-I-O-N-A-I-R-E, not A-I-R. So, and your sentence of your speech have some like the problem. You say, make them cannot to sleep. It should be make them unable to sleep, right?
Thank you.
Can you go back to your slide where you did the definition of insomnia? I think at the very beginning. Okay. Can you give me what your definition of insomnia was on the next slide? Yeah. What is insomnia?
Insomnia.
Like, what's the definition of insomnia?
Insomnia is the people with insomnia, they will difficultly falling asleep and it's
Yeah. Keep going. That's fine. It's two parts. It's difficulty falling asleep, and part two, difficulty staying asleep. Sometimes people fall asleep with no problem, but then they wake up at 1 or 2 a.m. and can't get back to sleep. That's also insomnia.
yeah, when they wake up, actually, you mean that they wake up during the night, is the problem of sleep apnea.
Sometimes.
Yes.
That's a bit different. Yeah. Okay. I just wanted to ask about that. Insomnia means you can't fall asleep, but you might fall asleep and then wake up during the night and you can't go back to sleep. That's also insomnia.
Yes.
Okay. One more question. Can you tell me, you said what you can do, self-help, to prevent insomnia. Can you tell me repeat what you said? The things that you can do to help yourself?
For the self-help,
Yeah.
the first step you have to notice the symptom and take notes about your symptom, like the hour per night that you sleep and what time you go to bed and what time you wake up.
Right.
Yes.
Then you also said something about one of the reasons is because people right before they sleep are on cell phones. Research has shown that any kind of screen time right before you try to sleep is not good. Television, movies, cell phones, any kind of visual stimulation doesn't let your brain relax. So what else can you do besides don't look at screens? You mentioned one thing, but I want you to say it again. What about things like exercise or when you eat?
Yeah, you have to limit intake caffeine in the day and do some exercise to help you can easy to sleep at night.
Right. And you shouldn't eat right before you want to sleep, and you shouldn't exercise right before you want to sleep. It should be a few hours before. That's all. It's a bit more detail. It was good. You did a good job.
So,
I used to have a problem with sleeping, so it's have like the music. Yeah, that can help you. Actually, you can go like to YouTube. You have like a relaxing song for sleeping. That is kind of but no, how to say? Just only the music.
Also, yoga and breathing exercises right before, like 30 minutes before you want to sleep, slow your body down. But you're right, stress and screens are the biggest problem with insomnia.
Okay, goodbye. You know that from teacher's question and suggestion, you can add up your report and make sure that about the misspelling or something, minor mistakes about that. Okay. So okay. So you manage the time very good within 10 minutes.
Good
Okay.
job. Hard to go first. Good job. Very hard to go first.
Okay, the next one.
Good morning, teacher and everyone. My name is Kai Khao Ngớ. Today I'm going to present my topic. My topic is video game in education. If we talk about video games, most of people tend to think that is foolish and useless thing. They will help you focus on studying only. Do you know playing video game is very useful thing and give you more benefit than penalty. It is an activity that help you to make fun and relieve tension in daily life if you use in the right way. And video game have the potential to inspire learning, and they can help the player improve coordination and visual skill. This is the outline of video game in education. The introduction I divide into two parts. First, definition and general information. For the main idea, I focus on benefit of playing video game, and I divide into three parts. First, social benefit, emotional benefit, and physical and cognitive benefit. Introduction. This research is study about video game in education, which is part of research writing subject, and the purpose is study and search for the information of about the topic that I'm interested. Video game can improve ourselves. For example, improve coordination when an adult or child is playing video game. He or she is not only staring at the computer. Slowly, the activity and action on the screen provide a lot of mental motivation. So that I choose the video game to be my top video game in education to be my topic. And I focus on the benefit of video game. For the definition, I will present the meaning for video game and education. Video game is an electronic game that the player handle going picture on a television screen by pressing button or moving a short handle in which player force icon on a video screen and enter information to respond to graphic on the screen. And education. Education is a gradual method of seeking for learning and specific knowledge for a career. General information. A video game is an electronic game that involves human interaction with a user interface to generate visual feedback on a video device such as TV screen or computer monitor. The word video in video game traditionally referred to laser display device, the electronic system used to play video games are known as a platform. This is subset of American Psychological Association. How video games promote personal development. There are social skills, cognitive skills, meaningful goals, and social development. UC recent study have shown that video games have a positive effect, and depending on the content, pro-social game can increase empathy, cooperation, helping, and emotional awareness, while violent games can decrease this character. For the benefit of playing video game, social benefit, video games have become a very social form of entertainment, with team and player cooperating to reach a common goal. Video games increasingly are played on social network sites such as Facebook, Facebook promoting online gaming, achievement and interactions. Over 70% gamers play with a friend by playing against each other or working cooperatively in a team. Next, physical and cognitive benefits. Playing video games can result in a long-lasting positive effect in so many areas in development, both physically and mentally. This can include improved visual contrast, connectivity, as well as successful treatment for lazy eye. Gaming can result in improved spatial attention. And the last, emotional benefit. Video game also provide us with relaxation and reduce stress. We don't need any study to tell us that having fun is positive for mental well-being, particularly little puzzle games like Angry Bird or Temple Run provide us with short-term, immediate fun and plenty of positive emotional development. Thank you. This is source of information.
I was going to ask you to tell me what cognitive means, but you did. That's brain development. Are there any negative physical effects from video games? Are there negative physical effects from playing video games? Can it be bad for you physically? I'm not sure it's in your notes. I'm asking you.
Do you mean type of video game?
No, like
The problem that can
if I play video games a lot, can there be any bad or negative things happen to me physically to my body? I don't think it's in your notes. I'm asking you to think about it. I don't think it's in your notes. I'm just asking you to think about my question. If I play video games for 8 hours at a time, can that be a bad thing for me? Can it harm me physically?
Yes, it's bad thing. If
What would be bad about it?
if you play more than 8 hours, it is a bad thing for the body and for your brain.
In what way is it bad? What part of my body does it affect?
if you play a lot of video in many in much hour in a day,
Yeah.
you will have a lazy eye.
My suggestion is that you do a little bit more research before you finish your report about what the negative effects, the bad health effects can happen from too much time looking at screens. Okay? People get eye problem, not lazy eye, but like
is a pain.
blurred vision, headaches. Okay? Too much time looking at screen, phone, TV, computer monitor makes your eyes strain, right? Bad for your eyes, can give you headaches. Okay? So it's something to just to mention, okay, in your report. And the other thing I would ask was, what you said I like, but your topic was video games in education, and I was waiting for you to connect the things you talked about, the benefits of playing video games. I was waiting for you to connect it more to learning and education. That part was missing a little bit. You understand what I mean? Color top.
โอเคประเด็นของใจคือเราพูดหัวข้อว่าการเล่นเกมแล้วมันมีผลต่อการศึกษาใช่ไหมแต่อาจารย์จะเรียกบอกว่าเขาไม่เห็นว่าเรามีการเชื่อมโยงระหว่างเกมกับเรื่องของการศึกษามันมีประโยชน์อะไร
Kai, can you show us your topic, please? The first slide. Okay, first slide. Okay, because you have two keywords, video games and education. Okay, you just talk about the benefits of video games, but it's not quite clear the way you link video games to education. It's like educational benefits of the video games. So you have to add up in the report. And about the negative or bad effects to the human body, to our body. So you have to add two important points in your report. Okay?
I could infer from what you said about how they help concentration, hand-eye coordination, all those things, social development, working with other people. In my mind, I could connect those things to education and learning, but you need to connect them in your presentation, in words. You know, because you talk about video game benefits, but not about how they improve learning. They do, they can, but you need to make it more clear, that part. Okay?
Thank you. Good morning, teacher and everyone. First of all, we will say thank you to everyone for coming today. I will introduce our group. My name is Jirapon Nimuk, and I work with Mr. Supornpun Pongpai. Today, I would like to present about the research. My topic is personality and future career. The first, I would like to present about the outline. I would like to present about general background, focus, conclusion, and the last reference. And about general background, I will talk about the meaning, type, and test of personality. And the next, I will focus about future career to personality and personality to future career. Let's start the general background, the meaning of personality. The personality is different of idea, action, and emotion in each person that are demonstrated to human characteristics mentioned from Cambridge Dictionary. About types of personality. The first, I will explain about Meyer-Bit theory. The Meyer-Bit theory was developed by the mother-daughter partnership of Catherine Bit and Isabel Bit Meyer. Meyer-Bit theory is an adaptation of the theory of psychological type product by Carl Gustav Jung. It is based on 16 personality types, which Jung viewed as a story type. Jung 1921, page 405. They act as useful reference points to understand your unique personality. At the heart of Meyer-Bit theory are four preferences. Mr. Supon will talk about personality type.
Okay, we use Meyer-Bit theory for explain about personality type. Catherine and her mother developed this theory is based on Jung theory. So there are four pairs. For the first pair, it's talk about action of people. It's extrovert and introvert. Extrovert is a person who like outgoing and they like to talk with people. They like to work with in group, in team. For the introvert, they are the people like alone life because they like maybe they like to read a book in the house like that. They just join work just a few people or one or two people, not more than. For the second pair is talk about receiving information of people, how they receive information. For the sense, the attention, physical reality, just see, hear, taste, like that. For the intuition is the people who trust easily. They trust people who and they like to do a new thing. For the third kind, it's about decision of people, thinking and feeling. Thinking is the people who will analyze before their decision. For the feeling, they are the people use feeling to decide, and they care about people feeling. The finally pair is about people lifestyle, judging and perceiving. Judging is people who are the planner and they will make a list to do the thing before that they do. And then they are the people work done before playing. for the Pacific is the opposite the junking because they will work as play on work and play at the same time. They like adventure like that. They open to respond to whatever happen. Behaviors they are give to 16 personality type. You will see ISTJ, ISFJ. They are the keywords that come from the 4 pans. For the next slide. About personality test. In the real personality test of Myers-Briggs, there are many choice and many questions, about 50 questions. But we use another test, but is developed based on Myers-Briggs test. This test is the type F personality test. And there are just 28 questions. For the next.
And the next, for me, I would like to talk about the focus. I focus on future career to personality. And I choose personality of flight attendant. What is flight attendant? Flight attendant is someone who serves food or drink to passengers on a plane and looks after their comfort and safety. And today I pick up 5 personality of a flight attendant and first, service mind. Second, observing and caring. The third, work as a team. Next, open to accepting different culture. And the last, have special skill. And this is personality type of Myers-Briggs of flight attendant. The Myers-Briggs show about the 4 keyword is ESFJ. The E is extrovert, like to be around people, active and high energy. And S, sending about organization. F, feeling, use personality, feeling to make a description. And judging. Judging. And this is a test when I test already. I get ESFP. I get ESFP of Myers-Briggs test. And about my developing myself is description making, planning, or orderly way of life and being under control.
For the next, I'm focused in the personality to future career. After I take a test, personality test, I got INTJ personality type. INTJ personality type is the people who like to work alone, like to do new things, and analyze before decision, and respond to whatever happens, and like to adventure life. For the next. This possible career for INTJ, scientist, engineer, teacher. Next. For the possible career for me, teacher is the possible career for me because now I'm studying English, so it's not difficult to teach. For the other careers, it's not easy. About the engineer, scientist, it's difficult for me. For the possible career, for me, is the teachers. So I choose to know about the personality of teacher. Personality of teacher is including about fun, kindness, leadership, classroom management, like that. To develop myself, I must be engineering personality, and I must know and great about the teaching style and a good classroom management skill, high expectation, and knowledge of subject matter. Next. For the conclusion in this topic is knowing our personality that's be a benefit and is good for planning future career. Because if we know our personality, we can know which career that's with our personality types. Thank you.
Okay, for this group, you spend 15 minutes. Okay.
That's my first comment. It's a big topic. And I think you did an okay job. I think you need to find a way to present the information with less information, like more broad ideas, not so much detail. Okay? Because it was a little too long. But it's a hard topic to talk about in a short time. Can you go back to back 2 slides to what personality type you were before you looked at teacher? Go back to like your actual type that you chose. Is that you? Okay. if that's you, and I'm not saying you wouldn't be a good teacher, but I don't know any teachers who are introverts. All teachers are extroverts. All teachers are in front of people, with people, part of a group, part of a team, all day, every day. Researchers are introverts, but teachers are extroverts. They're not necessarily quiet and reserved, might be comfortable alone, and the other things, okay? But do you know any teachers who are introverts? You're not an introvert. Do you understand what I'm saying? To be a teacher, you're an extrovert, because you're in front of people all day. That doesn't mean if you think you are an introvert, and I understand why you would say that about yourself, because you are quiet, and you listen, and you like to think and listen carefully to what people are saying before you respond. That doesn't mean you wouldn't be a good teacher, okay? That's my only comment about that. I like how you describe the four pairings in your words. That's hard to describe, those four pairings, and I thought you did a good job. That's hard. Shirafan, in the beginning, when you were doing your first part, it sounded a bit, I wanted to hear it more in your words. It sounded like you were reading a bit of the research, not paraphrasing in your words. And I think you understand it. It would have been better if it sounded a bit more like you. Understand? Okay? And the last thing I would suggest is there are many different kinds of personality tests. I'm going to suggest that if you're interested in this topic, and you might want to look at it for IS next term, I don't know. But if you're interested in this topic, I would suggest look up a personality inventory, personality test called True Colors. Okay, True Colors. And it looks at people being one of four colors. Easier to understand than Myers-Briggs, and easier to describe. But takes some of Myers-Briggs' work and makes it into something simple called True Colors. Check it out. We gave them 100 times. Did they know it? 1 or 0? 0.5.
Okay, you know what? If you're going to have two reports, Jinapon, make sure that you paraphrase everything. Because in the report, supposed to write up everything in your own words. Okay? And Supon, the way you explain, like Ajahn Joel said, introvert, quiet or something, you add more information, the way you describe yourself to match teacher, okay, in the report. Okay, thank you.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, let me introduce ourselves. My name is Benjamin Makati and Miss Molakot Jalanpon. Today, we would like to talking about our study. Our topic is healthy things. Next. First, I would like to talking about the presentation of life. First, I will tell you about the definition of healthy things, definition of coffee and beer, type of coffee and beer, and benefits. We have two main points. First, medical benefits, and second, author benefit, and the last one is conclusion. Next. What do you think? Coffee and beer are healthy things or not? Yes. Most of people think coffee and beer are negative for the human health. So today we want to show how beer and coffee are healthy, and this is our main idea. Next. What is healthy? Healthy drink is the beverage that their body needs, and they are made out from fruit, vegetable, or water. And healthy eating can help you stay energy and give you more refresh, including diet drinks, fruit juice, and milk. Alcohol in moderation, it can be healthy, but for some people and not everyone. Next. Today, we both of us will share the presentation. I will tell you first about coffee. What is coffee? Coffee is a flavored drink that prepared from lotus coffee beans. They are the seeds of berry from certain coffee species. And coffee actually have many species, more than 100 species, but have two main famous. It is Arabica and Robusta, and have 7 types of coffee: black coffee, white coffee, espresso, cappuccino, latte, mocha, and americano. Next. From this slide, I will tell you about the medical benefits. If you drink coffee 1 or 2 cups a day, you will decrease the risk of disease such as Alzheimer's disease, heart disease, liver cancer, Parkinson's disease, and liver disease. And the last one is type 2 diabetes disease. Next. From other benefits, or we call byproduct, I find article that tell he is produced the castile Arabica soda calf from the coffee beans. This like addition benefit from coffee waste. One Thai guy produced that it is castile coffee calf soda. His name is Lataran P. Pongdesha. These drinks is a good for health and made from coffee beans waste. And this drink is an alcohol filled with used craft beer technique. And this product won the IP Innovation Competition 2017 under the Fruits and Agricultural Products section by the Department of Intellectual Property. Okay, I finished my part. Margot, can you tell us about beer, please?
Okay, so let's start with beer. What is beer? Beer is defined as a fermentation of yeast. It is an alcoholic beverage made from wheat, barley, light, and flavored with hop. There are 2 types of beer, including ale and lager. Most of people like to drink lager type because the taste is smooth more than ale type. Next. For medical benefits of beer, there are 5 main benefits of beer that I would like to show you. The first is beer lowers the risk of the kidney stone. The second is beer protects people from heart attack. And number 3 is beer can cure insomnia disease. Or the symptom is the people who can sleep and difficult to sleep at night. When you drink beer or when they drink beer, it can help them to sleep. And And fourth is beer can protect from blood pressure disease. Next. And the last one is beer micro cancer. There are 7 types of cancer that beer micro. Number 1 is bowel, breast, laryngeal or voice box, and liver, mouth, esophageal or food pipe, and the last one is pharyngeal or upper throat. For other benefits of beer, I found through research that mentioned from Austrian scientist. Name is Dr. Matthias Benedict and Jennifer Willie, professor of psychology at Chicago. They said when we have work or focus on anything very much, and then we can have a thinking on your pain. After when we should think beer around 2 glasses or should have an alcohol level of 0.075% of beer. It can help your brain unleash creativity. It is a good for your brain if you drink in moderation. And the last one is the conclusion. Both of these things, coffee and beer, are healthy drinks. If you drink them in moderation, such as coffee should drink 1 or 2 cups a day, and beer should drink 2 glasses per day. The men should drink 500 milliliters, and the women should drink 350 milliliters. Yes, coffee and beer is either good for health if you drink in moderation. Okay. Thank you, teacher.
Okay, just a couple of comments. Cancer is a disease, so when you, on one of your charts, you talked about liver disease and liver cancer as if they were 2 different things. It's the same thing. Cancer is a disease. So if you say liver disease, that includes cancer, other kinds of liver disease. Okay, so it's one or the other, it's not both. What does moderation mean? I know, and I think you know, and you use the word a lot. What does, in your own words, what's moderation? What does that mean?
For the moderation of coffee, we should drink 1 or 2 cups a day, and for the beers, we should drink 2 glasses per day.
Yeah, no, I understand. But what does moderation mean? Why is that moderate? What does it mean, moderate? Do you know? Okay, I'm going to tell you, but if you're going to use a word like moderation, which is fine, you need to understand what it means, okay? It means the middle. Not 0, not 10. Like 5 would be moderate. So when you talk about coffee or beer, in moderation means not too much. Okay? Yeah, the middle. Okay? Are there negative things that can happen from drinking coffee and beer? Are there bad things that can happen?
Yes, can happen a few, but if you drink coffee and beer, it can a lot or decrease the risk of disease.
In moderation. What if I drink a lot? What
If
happens?
drink a lot, it is disadvantage for your health.
How?
Um,
Like coffee.
yeah.
What's the main thing that's in coffee besides taste? What's the drug that's in coffee?
If you drink coffee too much, you will interrupt sleep pattern.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Hmm?
and
If you drink beer too much, it makes you obesity or overweight.
Overweight, yeah, okay.
Yes, and if you drink beer for a long time, it can make you delay remember.
Right.
Yes.
And,
Insurance.
and give you liver disease. Okay? That's why moderation.
Because the liver has working.
Okay? Coffee, caffeine is the drug in coffee. That's what keeps you awake, alert. If you drink too much, you get jittery. Okay? Yeah. And affect your sleep. That's why they say moderation. Okay? One last question. Why can men drink more cups of coffee or glasses of beer than women? Do you know why? You said men can have more every day, right? And women less. How come? Do you know why?
I think it's athlete, right, teacher?
It's what?
It's not. If why drink every day, right, teacher?
No, why can men drink a
Oh,
larger amount each day than women?
For coffee,
Either one.
both. Mm,
It's actually a sexist teacher.
men.
Okay.
Okay, you know what? You both going to have your own report. So Morocco, you have your own report, and Benjamin, you have your own report. Heavy drink, the big topic, and you focus on beer. Benjamin on coffee. The way it's like that Adan Joel said, moderate. You have to give definition, explanation about moderate. And the way you talk about liver disease or liver cancer. And when you talk about maybe some sources of information mention that men can drink more beer or coffee than women, you have to tell why.
I'll explain why they say that, and it isn't always true. What's different about Sunny and Mellow? What's different?
Body structure.
Not just height.
Store.
Yeah. So that information makes an assumption. You know assumption? Like when you assume something. Okay? In this case, he's bigger than her. Okay? But are there women who are bigger than some men? So saying that men can drink more is because in general, in most societies, men have more body mass, bigger than women. Their body can absorb more coffee or beer. But it's based on body size, not on gender. Because there are women who are bigger than me. Yeah? Okay.
Thank you.
One last thing. Practice your pronunciation on body parts. Like, what's this?
Morocco, how you pronounce that?
How do you pronounce
We have a problem with pronunciation. How you
Right.
pronounce that?
breast? That's a hard one.
Oh, breast.
Yeah, and there was another one.
Yeah. Be careful, Morocco. You have the problem with pronunciation.
Bowel. Bowel. B-O-W-E-L. Bowel. Some of those are hard because of the BR and the L.
Bow. Bow. Okay, thank you.
Thank you,
Time
teacher.
to go drink coffee and drink tea.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Janji Pidunwanakit. Today, I will present my topic is statelessness in Thailand. For the first one, I will talk about my allies. The first one is what is statelessness, and next is ethnic group in Thailand, human rights, case study of Mupa Academy, and resolving statelessness and benefits. And the last one is interviews. What is statelessness? Statelessness is someone who is not considered as a national by any state under the operation of its law. Around the world, there are a lot of the stateless in the world, at least 10 million stateless people around the world, included in Thailand. Approximately 1,008,000 stateless people in Thailand that they cannot vote by land, seek legal employment or travel freely. Here is ethnic group in Thailand. There are many ethnic groups such as Akha, Lahu, Lisu, Yao, Chat, Hmong, and Karen. Most of them live in the north of Thailand, or we also call Hill tribes people. Where they come from? They are granted from the other country or other places and came to live in Thailand for a long time, but they don't have any rights in Thailand. And from the human rights, what are the human rights? Human rights are the rights inherent to all human beings, regardless of race, sex, nationality, ethnicity, language, religion, or any other status. And for the stateless people, they want a right to education, right in healthcare, and a right in careers. And I will focus on the nationality and the ethnicity. Because every people have rights when they were born and until they die. So the rights to nationality is a basic right that the stateless people must have it. And here is the case study of Mupa academies. And some of them and their posts are stateless people. Before the situation that happened, they have already submitted the document to get a Thai nationality, but they have been left waiting without progress for years. And after that, after the rescue from cave, the knowledgeable people to assist them with navigating to complete filling processes for citizenship. And after that, after this situation happened, many people interested in stateless people, including the Thai Minister Prayut Chan-o-cha, think of the human rights of stateless people because Thailand is a member of the United Nations Human Rights Organization, and is resolving statelessness. And the first one is survey the documents. The stateless people will survey and apply the document to get a Thai nationality. And the second one is ensure birth registration from the provision of the status. Third is issue nationality documentation to those with entitlement to it. And the last one is grant protection status to stateless migrants and facilitate their naturalization. And the benefit for getting Thai nationality, here is from my experience. Benefit before and after get the Thai nationality. For right to education, before get Thai nationality, I cannot study in the some school because some school didn't accept the status student or cannot get a scholarship. And after that, I can have a opportunity to study everywhere that I want to study. And the next one is medical care. Do not have rights to health care. And after that, have a right for health care as a Thai nationality. For the occupation, could not apply the job and low salary. And after that, after get Thai nationality, can work in large company, high salary, work in the official, the government official, such as like teacher, nurse, guys, like that. And the last one is traveling. Before that, cannot go out the province. It means like every stateless people in Thailand, if they want to travel another province, they have to do the document for the permission from the local official. If they didn't do that, the police will catch them and pay them the money, and they will let the stateless people can travel. And after that, after get Thai nationality and can travel freely or can travel abroad, can have a passport. Here is the interview from the student from the Chiang Rai. There are two people. The first one is her name is Ati, and the another one is Linda. It is they get Thai nationality and is help from the Thai government and the UNSCR. That commit to collaboration to resolve and end the status in Thailand. This
ตอนที่หนูได้รู้ว่าหนูได้สัมภาษณ์แล้วใช่ไหมคะตอนที่เจ้าหน้าที่แอดด้าโทรมาบอกใช่ไหมคะหนูรู้สึกว่าหนูมีความสุขมากค่ะหนูร้องสังเกตว่าชิโร่เฮ้หนูได้สัมภาษณ์แล้วค่ะหนูรู้สึกว่ามีความสุขมากค่ะตอนวันที่หนูได้ไปรับประชุมห้องอัดเสียงเลยใช่ไหมคะวันที่หนูภูมิใจมากที่สุดก็คือตอนที่หนูได้ไปยืนต่อหน้ารูปพระบรมฉายาลักษณ์ของพระมหาสมเด็จพระเจ้าอยู่หัวรัชกาลที่ 9 ค่ะตอนที่กล่าวคำบรรยายว่าที่หนึ่งเข้าใจจงรักภักดีต่อชาติศาสนาพระมหากษัตริย์
Her schoolmate, Linda Sejong, was also stateless until she was recently granted Thai nationality.
ตอนที่เราไม่ได้ไปเที่ยวกับพ่อแม่ไม่ได้ทั้งครอบครัวนี้ไม่ได้แต่ตอนนี้แบบทั้งครอบครัวแล้วไปไหนก็ได้ค่ะหนูก็ต้องขึ้นอยากเป็นไกด์ค่ะเพราะว่าตอนนี้ลูกสาวของน้าก็เป็นไกด์แล้วเงินเดือนดีด้วยค่ะแล้วเหมือนกับว่าถ้าตัวหนูเป็นไกด์หนูจะหาเงินให้พ่อแม่ใช้ค่ะชีวิตหนูก็เปลี่ยนไปค่ะหนูมีโอกาสต่างๆหนูมีสิ่งต่างๆเหมือนคนทั่วไปที่มีสัญชาติหนูมีโอกาสที่จะเรียนต่อหนูมีโอกาสที่จะไปทำงานหนูมีโอกาสที่จะบินไปรอบๆทั่วประเทศค่ะหนูก็เหมือนโน้ตที่จะบินไปไหนหนูก็บินไปทั่วท้องฟ้าค่ะ
Thank you.
go back to your beginning. You said, how do people become stateless?
They move or graduate from other country or other places to that country, and that country didn't give their rights in this.
Okay, so in the country they came from, are they citizens of that country?
Yes.
And then they come here maybe as refugees?
Yes.
And then, okay, so let's say my parents came here as refugees and they're stateless in Thailand, and I'm not born. And then they have me, and I'm born in Thailand. I'm not automatically a Thai citizen if I'm born here? I'm just asking, I don't know. It's not a trick question, I don't know. I'm not, no? So my parents have to be Thai nationals, and then if I'm born here, I'm a Thai national. Wow. When you were born, were you a national? Were your parents stateless when you were born?
My parent is stateless, and me, I was born in Thailand, but I didn't get a Thai nationality.
So how did do you have it now?
Not just
How did that happen? How did you get it?
And I do the document and survey to prove it that I am a Thai nationality.
Okay, so they had to register your birth here?
Yes.
Birth registration proof
Yes.
that you were born here?
Yes.
So you are a Thai citizen now.
Yes.
Are your parents?
No.
Still not.
Yes.
And there's no way that they can become Thai citizens?
They have a way. They have, but it depends on the Thai government because the Thai policy is very complicated.
Wow. Good, thank you. You just taught me a whole lot. That was really good.
Okay, very good. Good topic, interesting. Thank you.
Hello everyone, I am Linda Tanakil. Today I'm so excited to talk about my topic, the benefits of music. This is my outline. There are two parts. First is general information and main idea. In general information, I will talk about the definitions and situation. And my main idea, I focus on the benefits of music. And I divided into three groups. There are music for self-pleasure, music for education, and music for treatment. What is music? Yeah, music is the melody that people create by writing, singing, or playing instruments to make sounds, and music can make people happy, relaxed, and calm when they listen to music. And people also express their attitude and feelings. What about song? Song is a part of music with a short rhythm. It can make people feel happy and joyful because they have a meaning, powerful meaning of words. Music in daily life. There is the pause. Music is everywhere. It's in the air between us, waiting to be sung. I think this is very true because everywhere we go, for example, when we go outside, when we go to the restaurant, when we go to the party, or we travel, there is always music. We can prove it by Google Play Store. This is where we can download application on mobile phone for Android system, and I pick free application for listen to music. We will see that it is one of the number of download. I pick Juke's Music, Spotify, and SoundCloud. There is a lot of number for them. And from the standard and YouTube websites, they show that in 2017, Thai people visit YouTube website over 2 million times and is classified into two types. First is streaming music, is online. Online music is 65% and offline music 35%. And Jukes revealed that in 2018, Thai people visited the YouTube website every day and up to 75% for listen to music and watch movie. And first, I will talk about the music for self-pleasure. In our life, we all used to feel sad, feel bad, or stressed. But after we listen to our favorite music or song, we can feel it will change our feeling from negative to positive. From many research found that music can absolutely make us happy because our brain will release dopamine, a great feeling when we listen to music. If you listen to music, your favorite music for 15 minutes, your emotion will boost and you will feel better than before. Listening to music can avoid suffering, pain, or stress because music makes us release serotonin, is it a hormone for make us feel relaxed and calm. And in addition, music can inspire us. When we listen to songs that have powerful meaning, it can motivate us to live happily. Next is music for education. Is either music that encourages our study and learning effectively. From the article of National Association of Music Education found that music for education is very crucial. It helps develop language and listening of students because listening to music encourages their area of brain. The left brain is related to language and listening. It can and the songs can improve their mind too. And there is the research that students can recall the knowledge better with listening to music and constantly develop their memorization skills. Music can increase their idea, boost their brain, and work effectively. And it helps us to create good words from the article of Health Organization. It shows that music can reduce our anxiety and stress while we learning or doing homework. And the last is music for treatment. Have you ever wondered that when you go to hospital why there is always a music brand there? It's because music can help people who have problems with their mental, physical by using musical activity, such as playing instruments, singing, or compose songs. This activity can recover them from illness, and this kind of treatment aims to achieve the goal to heal from disease and caused by abnormalities such as emotional disorder, physical abnormalities, and intelligence disorder. And there is the research that the therapists classify the treatment according to the patient's condition. For example, the therapist
use song to treat people when they feel like it's hard to speak or express their feelings. So the therapist will use song to help them by the therapist will seeking songs words short phrase to help them because it is an easy way to express their feeling and their emotions. Thank you.
Can you tell me again what, I think you said what it was. What's dopamine?
It's a hormone to make us feel relaxed and calm.
Right. And the body produces it naturally.
Yes, when we listen to music.
Right. Okay. You talked about music that people play instruments or rhythm. Is there music in nature?
Yes, there are music in nature too.
Like, give me an example. When you walk in the woods, what do you hear?
Maybe the animal sounds like that.
Yeah, that's music, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Next, please.
Good morning, teacher and everyone. My name is Naisa Penta and Tasawan Chaimanan. Today, we will present our topic, Problem in Family Problems. Let's start with our outline. We will present general information such as definition, family type, second, cause, third, effect, and last, avoidance. This is our research outline. We focus on problems that lead to family problems. Problem is cause. There are 4 types of cause: internet addiction, mobile phone addiction, game addiction, and social media addiction. Family is an effect by using mobile phone from father to mother, from parents to children, and from children to classmates. Next. Definition of problem from origin 2012 of Mercury Dictionary. Problem is combined two words, phone and snapping. It refers to a person who ignores someone to talking with you and pay attention in their phone instead. Definition of family from Cambridge Dictionary. Family is a group of people who are the same ancestor or consist of 2 parents and their children living together in the same place. Definition of problem from Cambridge. Problem is an unhappy condition that occurs with people, things, weather, etc. It needs to be solved.
General information. From State Culture Companies, Thailand has the most internet usage hours in the world with 9 hours and 38 minutes a day. And the results from the YouGov found that 1 in 3 of Swedish children from the sample group surveys, 521 parents indicate that parents give time to mobile phone and tablet more than talk or do activity with the families. Having is a symptom, take phone to play all the time, even while talking of the people and this cause of does not catch up with the other that has very effect to the family relationship. By Patricia O'Seas, research expert in depression and psychologists separate in three mains. One, extended family, the second, single family, and the last, nuclear family. And our research focus on the nuclear family. The nuclear family has parents with one or two kids, that the parents rising in the family house.
From the journal, we have brought at it page 60 to 74. Divide cause in four types. First, game addiction refer to playing online game, being engaged with a long period of time. Game has significant place among the phone internet that lead to pumping. For example, ROV, PUBG, or Candy Crush. Second, mobile phone addiction. Mobile phone is convenient tool for humans. Mobile addiction actually exists. It refers to people who are very worried when they are unable to connect to mobile phone. Third, social media addiction, which includes many elements such as communication, information, and sharing of multimedia, and which encourages people to stay online. And last, internet addiction has made life a lot easier by making information to or creating connection with different people around the world. However, it has also led all people to much time in cell phone.
Effects. We have two main effects. First, mother to mother. From the TV Times report that December 3, 2014, the Chinese couple from the Zhongyang unmarried agreed to divorce after married for two months because the husband has mobile addiction and refusing to spend sweet night with her wife for 3 months after marriage. That made the wife decide to divorce with him. The second, parent to children. The study from the Dr. Jenny Lesky studied about the behavior of parents who had kids eaten in the restaurant. It found that 55 parents use smartphone during eating. Even their children cry or showing behavior for attention of the parents, but parents are more interested on their phone than children. And the last one, children to classmates. The Minister of Education has announced that students in France will not allow to bring the cell phone into the classroom. This is the rule policy of President Emmanuel Macron said the phone make the student lose concentration in the study and often spend most of their time focused on mobile phone and don't make the relationship or talk with each other.
For the evidence, Dr. Rosen is Professor Emeritus and at California State University. He suggests how to avoid the problem. They are looking at yourself. Before start to solve, you should learn how to behave before becoming addicted. Second, turn off the notification on mobile phone. It's recommended to turn off unnecessary notifications.
And the third, don't forget family times, such as between the meals. Don't bring your cell phone to play and awareness of manner and pay attention to the person And the last, take your family to do some outdoor activities and practice various habits for not to be obsessed with the mobile phones. Thank you.
Okay, I have two questions. Who came up with the term phubbing? Who invented? I never heard the word before I saw your topic.
Mercury Dictionary.
Really? It's actually in a dictionary somewhere. How old is the word? When did the word first appear in the English language? Do you understand my question? Like, I never heard of it, and I'm on social media, and so when did that word first appear in English? Like 2017, 2014? When? That'd be interesting to know. I don't want you to spend time looking for it now, but you should report that. And then my other question is, what is phone and snubbing put together, right? What does snubbing mean? I don't look it up, tell me. You're going to say you know what it means.
Ignoring people who talking with you.
Right. Exactly. It means ignoring people. Snub. Oh, forget you. Okay? Very rude. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Good morning, teacher and everyone. My name is Surisai Injan. Today, I would like to present about my topic, which is depressive disorder in Thai teenagers. First, I would like to talk about the presentation outline. There are three parts. First, general information. I will talk about the world situation and situation in Thailand. And then I will talk about its definitions and types. And next, the second part, I will focus on the main idea, which is the specific type of depressive disorder that occur with Thai teenagers. I will talk about its definition, symptoms, factors, and treatment, and last, conclusion. For the world situations from this picture, you will see will show you the suicide rate in 2016 from World Health Organizations. They said that every 40 seconds we have lost one person somewhere in the world, and around 800,000 people every year. And the cause of suicide on this day is the mental disorder, especially depressive disorder. The World Health Organization said that there are around 300,000 people suffering from depressive disorder. And from the situation in Thailand, for around last 2 weeks, you may heard the news about in 1 week there are 6 university students in different universities suicide themselves because they depressed about a study or family program. And not only university students but also high school students also suicide themselves. The Department of Mental Health said that the result of study in Thailand, there are 44% of Thai teenagers suffering from depressive disorder, or around 3 million people in approximately 8 million people. And in Thai teenagers, they have a higher risk of suicide more than the older. From this situation in Thai and world, you will see that depressive disorder is going to be hot issue in Thailand on this day and also globally. So I want to study this for giving you the information for prevent
themselves and people around you from depressive disorder. Next, I will talk about its definition, sadness, depression, and depressive disorder. For sadness and depression are different. Sadness is the state of negative emotions, which is one of the basic human emotions. It is natural response of situations of emotional pain or physical pain, and it can disappear when we get encouragement from someone. For depression is human emotions, which is the feeling of stressful, depressed, hopeless, but they can turn back to control themselves afterward. For depressive disorders are mental illness, which is more severe than sadness and depression. Persons will feel extremely stressed and depressed, hopeless, wishing they ever like more than 2 weeks, and it affects mood, thought, and actions of a person with the inefficiency to control themselves. And these are types of depressive disorders. There are lots of types, so I will focus on major depressive disorder, which occur mostly in Thai teenagers. For major depressive disorder is the most highest level of depressive disorder, and the patient will extremely feel depressed, stressed, and hopeless. They will be serious with everything and every comment and easy to cry. And the patients at this level will mostly be pessimistic and have thought to hurt himself or suicide. I will talk about its symptoms, factors, and treatment. For the symptom, major depressive disorder in Thai teenager, these are symptoms of it. First, loss of interest, feeling down, sleepless or sleep too much, lack of energy, irregular eating, low self-esteem, trouble concentrating in study or working, moving or speaking slowly, and think of death or suicide. If you experience more than 5 symptoms, you may you are suffering from major depressive disorder and you need to be treated. For the factor, major depressive disorder can cause from many factors. First, biochemistry. The change of chemistry in our brain can cause to major depressive disorder. And next, genetics. If our parent, one of our parents or siblings ever experience major depressive disorder, we will have a chance to be this disorder. Personality, persons who are low self-esteem and pessimistic will be easily to suffer from this disorder. And last, other factors like family discord, school stress, social stress. For example, the teenagers will usually worry about the grade, the examination, their study, and the future. They will be easy to depress. And also family program, financial program in family, parents' improvement, or the expectations from parents and society. And socials like bullying and abuse will be sensitively issues that cause Thai teenagers to be depressed. And if you are suffering from depressive disorder and you consult with the doctor will choose diagnose your symptoms and choose the treatment for you. There are 3 treatments. First, medications. Medications you will prescribe an antidepressant. It is medicine to modify the chemistry in your brain. And you have to take 6 to 12 months, take this treatment. and especially in children and teenagers should be closely monitored by doctor and parents to take the treatment. And the second, talk therapy or psychotherapy. This will be used along with medication treatment. There are two types, which is cognitive behavioral therapy (CBT), which will help the patients understand their thought and understand their thought and change their thought from negative to be positive. And interpersonal therapy (IPT), which will improve relationships and explore the patient's main issue that can cause them to be depressed. And last, brain stimulation therapy. They will use the electroconvulsive therapy. It involves the electrical stimulation of a brain. It takes just a few minutes, and the patient will awake and alert. The treatment is not painful for the patients because they are under an anesthesia and they will be given the muscle relax before the treatment. There are also some side effects in medication and brain stimulation. For medications such as HS and stomachache, and brain stimulation such as lost memory and confusion, but it takes just a short period side effects. And this is my presentation. Thank you for your attention.
It was good. I think it was very good that you pointed out that being sad or being depressed is not having a depressive disorder. Depressive disorder is a serious illness that can go on for years. Okay? Everybody is sad sometimes. Everybody gets depressed sometimes. And what you talked about, like causes, like school stress, family problems, financial problems, we call that situational depression. Okay? So if a husband and wife get divorced, they might be depressed. That doesn't mean they have major depressive disorder. It means they have situational depression in response to the divorce. Children might get depressed if their parents get divorced, but it's not depressive disorder. Okay? It's a very serious illness. Okay? And because people are sad or feel depressed for a few days because of something that happened, doesn't mean they have depressive disorder. That's important distinction. And the last thing is, around treatment, brain stimulation, electrical brain stimulation is not used very much at all. It's really dangerous.
It's used with the patients with major depressive disorder.
And long-standing, like when everything else fails, when drugs don't work, and cognitive CBT doesn't work, and exercise and diet and everything else doesn't work, then they might look at brain stim. But when you're putting electric charge in someone's head, that's really risky. So it's not used very often. Good presentation.
Thank you.
Good morning, teacher and my friends. Today I will present about my topic, which is neural education and word education. First of all, I would like to introduce myself first. My name is Dimpong Tawisi Sotsua, and I will talk about the outline of presentation. First, neural education. Second, urban education. Third, general background. Fourth, comparison, contrast, rural and urban education. The last one, conclusion. Before we go to the slide, I will talk about my experience. I have experience to study both rural and urban education. I have I have seen that rural education and urban education, they have different style, and both of them have problem with students and their teaching. And I will show you some of pictures from rural education that I have ever studied before. This one is picture that I have studied before when I was young. And this picture is urban education when I studied in high school. Next, I will talk about general information. The Ministry of Education say that rural education affects the competence, talents, and context of places. And in rural education, they have small school and do not have math teacher for teaching. And the National Geographic of Thailand say that rural education, they have population less than 250,000 people, and they have a population fewer than 10% per square miles. Next, urban education. The Ministry of Education said that urban education perform well. They are still there across the country that need teacher and resourcefulness. And rural education and urban education have teacher enough for the students, and the National Geographic said that the location of urban education is in the town, large city, and population of urban education have 250,000 or more than that. And contrast rural education and urban education. I will focus on first teacher, classrooms, and environment. From the teacher, I will compare contrast for first Journal of Political Administration 2013 said that they have two times the same. First is lack of knowledge from teacher, and second one is teacher abilities. And from the contrasting Journal of Political Science and Public Administration 2017 said that the number of teachers from rural education, they don't have much teacher in the school, and the relationship of teacher and student. The relationship of teacher and student from rural education, they have more in relationship with students. And next, classroom. The Office of the Basic Education Commission 2015 said that they have two things that compare contrast. First is facility in the classroom. From rural education, they have just only two things to comfortable for students. First is table and whiteboard. But rural education, they have a table, whiteboard, and air condition to offer the student. And second is technology. Some rural education have just only internet, but urban education have an internet projector and visualizer that provide for students. Yes. Environment. The Office of the Basic Education Commission 2016 said that they have 4 contrasts. First one is library. For the library from rural education, they have small library, but library in urban education, they have large library and they have much textbook or instruction media. And second one is hospital room. And third one is classroom. In the classroom, from rural education, they have a small classroom and the last one is location. From the rural education, the location is far from the city and there is not good society. And for the conclusion, urban education is better because the Ministry of Education used honest, intent, and lenient tests to explain that the academic of rural education is lower than urban education because some of rural education they use one teacher to teach 2 or 3 subjects. And thank you.
Okay, 3 things. In your own words then, what are 2 synonyms for urban and rural?
The synonym, right?
Yeah, instead of urban, what's a synonym for urban?
Synonym and rural and urban is mean that.
Like Camp Pet, urban place?
Yes.
What's a synonym for urban?
Synonym in urban is mean that urban is mean that the school that's inside the big cities. They have
City. That's all. Said.
Yes.
Urban means city. Rural means
small town or village.
or country or village. Right. Okay. 2 comments. On your compare and contrast slides, the first slide and the third slide, you described the differences, but we didn't see them. See? So the first one, it just says background, teacher, ability, number, but we didn't, and then you talked about the differences. It would be better to see them
Yes.
as well as you talk about them. The second slide, that's better because we see the difference.
Yes.
The third slide, environment, okay, again, library, hospital, okay? It's better to see the differences on the slide as well as listen to you describe the differences. Also, is there a hospital room in schools? Is there a hospital room in schools?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes. Some
In cities or in rural?
they have both.
Yeah?
Yes.
Okay.
In rural and urban education they have.
Okay. So you see what I'm saying about the first slide and the third slide is to see the differences like small library, big library, or no library, big library, right? Small classrooms, few classrooms, many classrooms. And I can see the differences on the slide as well as hearing you describe it.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, then home.
Thank you, teacher.
Good morning, my friends and teachers. Today I will talk about my topic, sex education, as you can see. I'm very excited to present to you this topic, and I hope I can make you change or get some new idea from my topic. If I start, I have a question to you. Can you tell me what is sex education? Yes, thank you for answer. Only one answer. And what is sex education? Even me, I do this research. I cannot explain clear to you. So I will show you what is most completely sex education classes. The most completely sex education classes have 6 parts. First, human development. Number 2, relationship. Number 3, personal skill, sexual behavior, sexual healthy, society and the culture. This is most completely sex education classes. Have you ever heard it? Or have you ever took this class? No? Me too. Even me, in China, to be honest, I just took some simple class about the sex education, such like tell you in your body which part the name of your body. And the teacher is shy to explain to us. She just said, if you have free time, read the book by yourself. No, next chapter. So we just, and I remember one of our classmates said, I learned some sex education in porn website more than high school, more than middle school. Somebody said that. I don't agree. Because I think sex education in ASEAN area, 0 or 1%. Now I will show you my outline. I will introduce my introduction about my sex education class. I did it, and now I will turn to focus and main ideas. In Asia, sex is a special word. Never talked by women, or a few women talk sex. If you, for example, I was a girl, I tell you something about sex, or tell you a story about sex, somebody must laugh me, or say something bad for me, because I'm a girl. And but if you are a man, you can count off how many girls you hunt. Yeah, you count off it. It is unique sex culture. So that is why the sex education is hard to popularize in this area. And as I said, sex education is important. And but the problem about the lack of sex education is everywhere. For example, in Thailand, teenager pregnancy is one of the most big issue in Thailand. Based on the public health report show us, births in Thailand falling, but the teenager births rising so fast. 43% in last 10 years. And although the overall birth rate in Thailand is falling, but the teenager pregnancy rate is still high. And the high teenager pregnancy rate is the top of Southeast Asia. More than second one, Laos, 10%. And the delivery rate of mothers aged 15 to 19 years old was around 15 deliveries per 1,000 male in 2005. And the rate increased to 43 deliveries per 1,000 males in 2011. In 2016, the rate was 15 deliveries per 1,000 female. It is a big number in Thailand. And how about this situation? When a teenager around lower than 18 years old, he got pregnancy. What does she do? Because in Thailand, abortion is illegal. You cannot abortion in Thailand. If the policeman found you abortion, you will penalty for performing illegal abortion is as many as 5 years in prison and a fine of top 10,000 baht. Also, there is a lot of definitive data, but more than 300,000 abortions happen every year here, and even the high laws are meant to deter teenager pregnancy, but every year have more than 300,000 young girls go to abortion. So it is a big problem in Thailand. Then, abandoned baby. If you cannot abortion, how about when your baby first abandon it or feed it? But the girls under the 19 years old, they are all of them is students. They cannot feed the baby, so they choose abortion. Last year, Thai police found 2,000 abortion babies on the ground of a temple in Bangkok, and they were believed to have been sent there from illegal abortion hospital. Then, 2,000 babies go die. All of them died. So, it is very terrible if this situation happens around us. Maybe your friend, your girlfriend, or your younger sister pregnancy. What does they do? They cannot do anything. They just can wait or be a mother when they just under 18 years old. So I think even as lack of the sex education in school, but I think we can learn from the such like watch movie or internet. The classroom or school not only way to learn sex education, and I believe in the future sex education will be more important than now. Thank you.
Okay, first thing, your slide should have a white background, not a pink or purple background. Very hard to read. Okay? Talked about sex education in school in China mostly being about naming body parts. Maybe it would have been helpful to find out about sex education in Thailand. I don't know if it's different or not, but it might have been good to have that. And to point out that sex education is about preventing pregnancy, but it's about more than that. Okay? So those three things. White background. What is sex education in schools in Thailand now? And what is it beyond preventing pregnancy? Because it is that, but there's more than just that. Those are my three comments.
Good morning, teacher and everyone. Today we how to present our research topic. So first of all, let us introduce ourselves. My name is Nathon Chai and my partner Rajapat Amnat. So our topic today is sport and e-sport. Let's see the next slide. For this slide, our outline we divided into two parts. The first part is introduction. It consists of definition and general background.
For focus and main idea, it consists of purpose and goal, task, national player, and the last one is advantage. Next slide.
And for next slide is introduction. So let's start my definition. Sport is a physical activity that you can make you healthy and still get the body proportion that you want without weight loss medicine. And I think it is the best way that you want to have a slender body. So if you have free time today, I suggest you go out for exercise. And Ben, how about your definition of e-sport? Can you tell us?
Yeah. Okay. Let me show you. E stand for electronic and combined with sport become to e-sport. E-sport or electronic sport is the activity of playing computer game against other people on the internet. Often for money, often for watched by other people using the internet. Sometimes as special organized events. Next slide. History. Can you show me about history of sport?
Okay, let me show. Sport have been the most popular form of recreation for people since times immemorial, and you know what? The ancient sport that famous in the past and until the present. You know what is this? Okay, I will tell you. The ancient sport is Olympic game is come from ancient Greece, and nowadays the United States is the first sport country in the world because in the Olympic game the United States got much golden medal and stay on the first of medal table and rank. Do you have seen me?
Yeah. Okay. History of e-sport. The first competition took place on 19 October in 1972 at Stanford University. Artificial Intelligence Laboratory. There are several smart students kick off the first e-sport tournament. The competition named Intergalactic Space War, and the prize is subscription to the Rolling Stone magazine. Since then, the way of video game has changed, and the evolution of e-sport is now known as competitive video game. Next slide. Focus and main idea. Can you show me about purpose and goal of sport?
For my purpose and goal is I have three examples of my sport. The first is play sport. For health, it means that you want to have a good health or you want to have a strong body. And the second is you play sport that you want to get a new friend is mean you have no new people around you. And the last one is you play sport that you want to be the international athlete. I think some people want to be the international athlete and it is the best belief of you and that you have.
Yeah. Okay. Esport purpose and goal. First, to create a platform for players because there are players who play game with the purpose for competition. It is the way that they can show their skill in playing games, and next is to pull out the good image of the game because most people think that game is useless, but actually it also has a good side. And the last one is to develop the game market. It will develop economy of video game and electronic device market to go in the future. And next slide. Type. Can you tell me about type of sport?
Okay, for my sport is sports can be on team or by individual. I think everyone have ever seen sport in television, so I will show the example type of sport. The first one is team of sport such as football, basketball, baseball for Teacher Joe, and futsal. And in individual sport, there are swimming, cycling, badminton, and running. So for each sport, is it the same or different?
That's it. I will show e-sport. E-sport can play individual or team. For team, first is MOBA or multiplayer online battle arena. It is the type of game that is very popular. It is the game that require tactics and planning to defeat the opponents. And next, FPS is a first-person shooter. It is the game that use first-person view for playing, and there are 5 players in the game. The game divided into division between police and villains. Next, individual. First is sport. It is a simulation game from real sport and has blue like real sport. And the last one is RTS, real-time strategy. It is the game that build the base and control the troops. It use tactics and planning to for pay. And next,
This slide it will show international players. So let's start with my sports. So for this projector, I have two example of teams international sport. I think everyone know them best or don't know. So I will tell you. This is Thailand national football team that they took 5-time ASEAN Cup in Physical เกียรติศักดิ์เสนาเมือง He is an ex-head coach of Thailand national football player and individual sport player พี่บอลพลาดอนศรีชาพันธ์ He is the best tennis player of Thailand that made a famous in Olympic Games 2004 Athens, Greece, and how about you, back?
For my international e-sport team, this is the Ocean e-sport team. He is the winner. He is the winner of competition named Hon Tour World Final 2016 and received 2 million baht for the prize. Debut repetition for Thailand and made it known around the world. And next, individual e-sport player.
Wait. Who is he?
I will tell you.
Okay.
This is his name is Natakon Bulit Pakdi. He got the second from the competition named FIFA Online League 2016 started to at China and got it MVP from competition. He built a reputation for Thailand and received a lot of money. And next slide.
So this slide we will tell you about advantage of sport though. First one is blood circulation system. The second is strong muscular system. And third one is make it healthy both body and mind. And next is help reduce stress. Next is make friendships, and the last one is easy to sleep.
For e-sport, first is education. We can learn language from games such as English, Chinese, Japanese, and we can practice speaking and listening skill from foreigners that play the game. And next is e-sport is an indoor sport. You can play everywhere and very comfortable. And next career. The player who has a good skill in playing game can develop themselves to be the e-sport player and get salary every month. We can bring the behavior of e-sport player to use in our life because e-sport player have self-control, process in practice, discipline, professionalism, and in team management, and they can select study time and play the game correctly. Next, teamwork. It can some game require more than one player or team to play. Game can practice or teamwork and systematic thinking for children. Next slide is conclusion. This is the difference between general sport and e-sport. It is the new choice for the people who want to play sport and try the new thing. You can choose what type of sport do you like, general sport or e-sport, and then just do it. Thank you.
You spend 15 minutes, okay?
Good, guys. I like the back and forth. You're like a couple of sportscasters on TV. That was good. That part. Let me ask you one question, though. What were the first Olympic sports? You mentioned Olympics. Do you know where they came from, what they were? The first Olympic sports in ancient Greece.
The first Olympic sport in it was start from or it start on Olympus mountain in Athens.
Yeah, that's where. What were the sports they played? What were the events? Do you know? No?
No,
Okay. They came from the things that men used when they fought in battle. So javelin, you throw a spear, right? Discus, right? So it came from what they used in battle. And the marathon, running, was because a man ran from Marathon, which is a place in Greece, to Athens to warn about an invasion of enemy soldiers. And he ran 42 kilometers. That's where that comes from. If you're going to reference the ancient Olympics, you should know something about it. Okay, good.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Good morning, my friends. Today I would like to present my topic of interesting is emotional quotient or EQ. My name is Suranon Prajna. Let's see my outline. The first is general information. Second, importance of EQ, and last one is focus on. The general information consists of the definitions and what is EQ. According to Peter Soloway and John D. Mayer, they say that EQ includes the ability to engage in the complex information processing about one's and others' emotion, and ability to use this information to as a guide to thinking and acting. Next slide is a type of EQ. There are three types of EQ. The first one is good. The good is ability that can control emotions and their needs and have responsibility. And the second is adapt. Adapt can solve the problem with the situation and make a good relationship with others. And happy is mean can live happily and have a positive thinking. Next is characteristics. There are 5 characteristics. According to Daniel Goleman, they identify the EQ is 2 areas. The first is personal performance. Is the first one is self-awareness. The second, self-regulation and motivation. What is self-awareness? The self-awareness is ability to know the emotion and a strength and weakness of oneself. And the self-regulation is the ability to control the emotions for apply to the situation. And motivation is ability to make inspiration in order to complete the goal. Area 2 is a social performance that consists of empathy and social skill. The first one, empathy is mean the ability to understand the feeling or the emotions of the author. And the social skill is mean is skill to communicate and manage the relationship. And this importance of EQ. How EQ important and benefits for teenagers. EQ has an important impact on every part of your life, and this is a benefit that if you actually the EQ is in the everyone, right? And but if we have a high EQ, is an impact on every part, such as physical health, mental well-being, relationship, conflict resolution, and success. This is how to know your EQ by the test. There are 15 items, and there are three parts. The first part is which the picture, which smile is real, is consists of two choices, A and B. And the second part is which emotion do you see? It's it's four choices. That. And the last part is general sentence creation. There are also 4 points, 4 choices. According to the memorandum.com. Thank you.
The one thing I would have added at the beginning is people only understand the idea of EQ if they know about IQ. You know what IQ is?
Yes.
Okay. So the idea of EQ is not an old idea, it's a new idea. And so maybe talking a little bit about how for many years people talked about IQ, intelligence quotient, and then mention who was the person who came up with the idea of EQ and when. That's a good way to start. Understand it? Compare one to the other. Otherwise, it was good. It's informative. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Good morning, teacher and everyone. My name is Jutama Dauna and my partner Shnokon Yonan. Today, we would like to present our topic, cyberbullying, violence in media. we want to study the topic and finding how to deal with the issue. This research will make people analyze the content that they get from the media. Let's start with outline. We will talk about the general information. Then we have the definition and types, and the main idea is focus on problems, prevention, and the last one, conclusion. The generation of internet has the way individuals conduct business, socialize, and search for information. Cyberbullying is a bullying that takes place using electronic technology such as cell phone, computer, including social media sites, text message and posting, and media bullying is defined as any media depiction of intentional attempt by individual to inflict harm on others. The general information, social media cyberbullying can be anonymous. When the charge of bullying arises, many people will thought of physical altercation or face-to-face harassment, but cyberbullying takes on a whole new form of bullying. It is a form that occurs through technology, including texting over social network site or through any electronic device like a telephone, computer, laptop, or any application. Nowadays, people spend an average 6 hours each day using entertainment media, especially children and teenagers. They spend their time using screen media like a television, computer, movie, or telephone. That's exposure to violence in media is represent a risk to the health of children and teenagers. For example, in Thai, an 8-year-old girl, she suicides imitate the soap opera right now. Or in America, 5 teenagers in Mexico tutoring a 6-year-old boy until he died, and they dug a hole for destroy the evidence. Their confession that it is just game for fun. That this revealed the violence that we get from the media, and the result to aggressive behavior or imitation. The types that we divide into 2 parts: cyberbullying and the type of media. Cyberbullying, there are 3 types of bullying. First, harassment, that involves bullying by sending offensive message or humiliating comments on posts. Second, framing is similar to harassment but is proposed using extreme offensive and getting into online argument. And last is outing, is when a bully share personal or private information about someone in public. And the type of media is, there are 3 main types of media. First, print media is used to describe traditional or old-fashioned print based on newspaper, magazine, book, and comic. And the second is broadcast media. Is the most useful means to transmit information. It's covered a wide of different communication methods such as television, radio, or other material. And the last is the internet. It's a worldwide network of computers that are connected and using the communication such as Facebook, Twitter, Google, and etc. that we focus on broadcast media in television, movie and news that review the media event. And I will give time to National Con to talk about the problem, prevention and conclusion.
The damage in this problem may vary social and sensational exacerbated the stand of the imitation inflict. The problem usually has a long-term destructive effect on the victim. Children and adolescents spend a considerable portion of their time to watching television, movies, playing video games, or chatting on the internet. Researchers find a comment when a victim is continually bullied both inapparent through the technology. The problem are following. First is depression. This issue can express symptoms of depression, including sadness, loneliness, insecurity, poor self-esteem, academic performance decline, feeling of not being, and suicidal thoughts and behavior. Next is lead to suicide. Who experience this issue as either a victim had more suicidal thoughts and were more likely to attempt suicide than those who have not experienced. Next is imitation violence. Teenagers who listen or pay attention to the media without good suggestion, they can imitate for get attention from their family. The last problem is aggressive behavior. There is no responsibility for learning and learning about the time spent in social media when they use the cell phone, including the use of the harsh words in communication. Next is prevention. This is the tip for parents, children, and school for prevent and stop the problem. The first is teach your children not to trust the danger. Explain the after effect, like tell them what it will occur if they use the violence or bully with another. Teach the children to keep their own information. Next is teach the conflict resolution without harsh. Parents should be a good relationship with their children. And last one is know your kids' media and keep an eye on the media violence. The last part is the conclusion. The harmful effects of media violence bring a psychological impact to the minds of the youth, especially nowadays. It result of the violence and lead to bully each other. Thank you.
One comment. I would like to see the reference where you got all your information, either on each slide or at the end. Like you quoted a lot of things, right? You quoted violence in the media contributes to risks to health, blah, 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 right? Like, okay, there's one. Are they all from that one thing? Is all your information on all your slides from that one place? Yeah?
this source of information just for this slide.
Just for that slide, right? Okay, so that's good. But then you go on, keep going, keep going. Where'd you get that? It's true, but there's a lot of debate about that. A lot of people are saying, oh, violence doesn't cause any problems, blah, blah, blah. But you got that information from somewhere. So you should reference, whenever you make a statement like that, you should reference it on your slide or at the end under references. That's all.
Thank you.
Okay.
Good morning, everyone, teachers and friends. Thank you for coming today. My name is Sunny Yang. Today I'm going to talk about my topic of research writing, which is death penalty. Why did I choose this topic? For most people, death penalty is a mystic and distant topic. But I would like to know about it and think about what does it take to us, and should we support it or against it? Let's move to general background. First is definition of death penalty. What is death penalty? 3 points of it. First is sentenced by courts as punished for a crime. The crime is not like stealing, fighting, such acts, and so on, such common crime. There have to be extremely horrible crime, like murder. Second is the legal. Death penalty is the legal punishment of particular crime by death. And death penalty also named execution and capital punishment. And last, death penalty is a cruel and unusual punishment. Next is country's number. The information was by end of 2018. In 2018, there are 114 countries have abolished death penalty. Most of them are Europe countries, and 33 countries support it, such like China, Thailand, Korea, India, Singapore, Malaysia, and Japan. And there are 29 countries keep it in laws, but haven't executed anyone at least 10 years, such as Laos, Burma, Russia, Sri Lanka. Next is the earliest history of death penalty. It can date back to the 18th century BC and can be found in the court of King Hammurabi of Babylon. And there is a famous saying on it: a tooth for a tooth, an eye for an eye. But the problem is, at that time, you could be executed for stealing or perjury that are punished much more lightly today in most countries. Next is situation of death penalty in China. First one, it's the most in focus for murder and drug trafficking. Those two ways is the most common way. And second, carried out by lethal injection and gun shooting. Among these two ways, lethal injection is more cheaper,
secreter and less family complex than gunshot. And next, it's death penalty as a legal penalty overwhelming public support in China. More than 80% people support death penalty. And all of the above is for the common people, except for the mentally ill and the people under 14 years old. Next, let's move to the main idea. As I said, 142 countries have abolished it. Why do they abolish it? The reasons. First one, most basic human rights. Death penalty takes the most basic human right, the right to live. And two, bad lawyers. Bad lawyers is a persistent problem, as many death law inmates have unprofessional lawyers. And third, the crime number. No one can prove with number killing murders stop other people committing similar crimes. That's problem. And last one, mistake in the law and can't it back. Mistakes are often made in the laws. What if a person who was executed, but actually he was innocent, and death penalty is final, you can't take it back. And a study in California discovered that death penalty is more expensive than other way to keep them alive. And next, 33 countries support it. Why do they support it? First one reason, as a deterrent. The reason is simple. If the cost of doing something become too high, people will change their behavior to avoid the cost. But if the cost of doing something reduces, people will indulge in that behavior again. Next, crime must face the consequence of their action. Here, conference type 1 is consequence. We are told, or we should told, when we were children. Every action of us have consequences, and when someone murder another, he has to face his conviction for paying same price in legal measure. Third, it's the only national and moral response to some crime. Some crimes are unforgivable. We are told by those people who against death penalty that human rights is holy and inviolable. The truth is, if a man chooses a cruel and evil way to kill kill another one without any mercy. He has given up his all rights, human rights, including the right to live. There is no doubt human life is holy and inviolable, so that's why we have to punish them in equal price. Fourth, some people against death penalty is because afraid of the danger of the wrong conviction. But with the development and the progress of science and technology, and with a very rigorous process, then it will has very small chance of wrong conviction. Next is trend of it. Two of them are from Death Penalty Information Center, and we can say its numbers of executions. We can know from them that overrate is downward. Finally, my own opinion. For me, I support the death penalty. I can't bear the crazy people who killed another man, even a lot of men, and he said, see, even so I'm still alive, and I know there are some problems in judicial system, but we still need it in our law. It's kind of a weapon for common people such like me and you. Thank you.
One comment. There's one piece of research that is absolutely incorrect. There is no proof that the existence of the death penalty is a deterrent to people killing. Most killing is crime of passion in the moment, not premeditated, not thought about and planned. No evidence, research anywhere points to the fact that if people know there's death penalty, they won't kill. Because that's not what they're thinking about when they kill. So in fact, it's not a deterrent. That's the only thought. That piece of information was wrong. That's one of the reasons countries took it out, because it does not stop people from killing. Okay? People don't stop. If I'm mad at Mello and I'm going to kill him, I don't stop and think, oh, I might get the death penalty, I won't kill him. And people don't think like that, they just kill. Okay?
Okay, thank you, Spain.
Hello, teacher and everyone. Today I will talk about topic weight loss drugs. Next slide. Let's start with outline. General information, effects, drug ingredients, reference. General information, women and beauty are two things that have never been apart. Nowadays, beauty is not only a key to attract people, but also increase self-confidence. Therefore, some men now begin to take care of themselves by devoting their time to find all the best products to enhance their aesthetic features. Most weight loss drugs that are now restricted have shown to be unsafe in one way or another. The most common risk associated with weight loss products tend to be issues with the heart and blood pressure, the FDA will eventually ban weight loss drugs that prove to be dangerous. Western through study. Why I choose this topic? I disagree with weight loss drugs because some people think of shortcuts that are inappropriate and in the wrong way of eating weight loss drugs that are now so widely via social media and even the market store near the house. Without knowing the origin of the drugs, be careful about propagating weight loss products exaggerated properly beyond social media because in addition to not helping to lose weight may also adversely affect health as well. The number of Thai teenagers that using drugs. Now the situation of using drugs to reduce obesity of Thai people is in a worrying phase. According to the survey of Thai people aged 15 years and over throughout the country, it was found that 1.5% of obese people were expected to consume the most. 700,000 people, especially the people who yo-yo because the body after the substance stimulate the brain to increase appetite twice as much. Next definition. I will present meaning of weight loss. The body weight is reduced by resulting from Western diet, exercise or sickness. Drug or other substance has a psychological effect when ingest or introduced in the body. Next, weight loss drug. Weight loss drug is a drug that may help obese people lose weight, low calorie diet, and in conjunction with the exercise. Next, this picture drug ingredients. 1. Espeda. The U.S. Department of Agriculture announced a ban on supplements containing Espeda in December 2003, which marked the first ban on herbal supplements. 2. Sibutramine. In 2003, study noting adverse effects from the drugs, including significant increase in blood pressure, pulse rate, and heart palpitations were added to the petition. The FDA denied the petition in 2005, but in October 2010, sibutramine was taken off the market because of safety concerns and public pressure. Next, fentanyl. Fentanyl can also cause heart valve problems that require heart surgery. Next, DMAA. The FDA report that DMAA can cause serious health risks, including elevated blood pressure, cardiovascular problems, and even heart attack. Next, effect. Higher blood pressure disorder, sleeplessness, anxiety, headache, dizziness. There is a weakness in the symptom, tongue chance, the taste or feel the metal taste in the mouth, dry mouth. Side effects with the drug may vary depending on type of medication you take, how to take the medication. Drugs such as fentanyl can lead to insomnia, high blood pressure, increased heart rate, agitation, restlessness, further and drugs abuse and withdrawal symptoms. Next. Reference Dr. Pula Chantaviditvong, Deputy Secretary General of Food and Drugs Administration, mentioned in the new periodically that there are people who have been harmed by the consumption of products that advertise falsely, lost weight, and some even lost their life. The food and drugs and administration is very concerned. Source information from www.thaihealth.or.th. Next, Dr. Bunrung Direwaravat, Director General of the Department of Mental Health. Department of Mental Health reiterate theory with what that it made people depressed. Thank you.
Okay, my comment for Sophia is like make sure that you can have 15 pages for the report. And for the report, 15 pages, not just only photo pictures. Okay, not about that. Tomorrow I'm going to tell you how much you get for the presentation today. And for the comments, you can add up in the report. And the report you have to submit next week on Wednesday before 4:30. Okay? And I think you know the comments. Some of you, I'm not sure, like you have enough information for 15 pages or not. But like I said, one page, one score. More important than that, if you copy, 0. If my software find out you copy, 0. If serious more than that, you have to repeat the course next year. Because the way you copy is like you steal someone's work. Okay? So, when you talk about theory, for example, personality, you have to make sure that you paraphrase. So that's why we study paraphrase in the classroom to avoid copy. Okay? So question please. Tomorrow, follow the Facebook. You're going to know your presentation scores for 15. I can tell you the lowest one is 8. 8 from 15. The highest one, 14. Really obvious. 14 is 14. Okay? So enjoy your lunch and no more talk with me, no more. You don't have to come and talk to me. You have to finish your report by yourself. Okay? Handle that. For the last 15 scores for the course, I think no E, but maybe D dot. Okay, maybe. Okay, enjoy lunch and see you next semester. Okay.